Hey you guys, it's Anne Marie. We're getting ready to go in the thick of it, so I put my hood on here. So we switched locations. I mean, we're still in the same general area, but well, we switched locations. We were sitting in the tree for a while, and it was pretty amazing. And I did some amazing visual meditations of releasing and letting go. And so, oftentimes when you can do this sitting at your desk at work, 5 minutes on break. I have a few visualizations that I use to kind of help me cut and release things, whether it's temporarily or you want it permanently. And I'm sure people have heard this before, but for me, I close my eyes and I visualize my highest self. Like I'm this badass fucking bitch warrior, right? And in a good sense. Like I'm like, look, almost like the newer version of Wonder Woman. You know, I'm all geared up, you know, with all the armor on, with a big ass fucking sword, right? Like, so envision yourself as whatever it is for you. If you're Catwoman or you're Batman or you're your own damn avatar, whatever it is, your highest, strongest self. So get that in your mind's eye, like really visualize it. What does it feel like? What does your armor feel like? Or what does your skin feel like? What does everything smell like, taste like? So really embody this visualization of your highest, strongest, most powerful self, right? And then envision some type of weapon that you're going to need to cut cords, right? Me, it's a big ass fucking heavy shiny sword that has been handed down from centuries of all my lineage. It has all the power and strength of the divine, and all my Egyptian bloodline and all my royal bloodline has all the power in this sword, right? So for you, envision whatever your weapon is, right? So you're envisioning yourself with this strong divine instant being with this heavy dope ass weapon, right? And so I imagine myself, and there's like these ribbons. For me, it's like these red ribbons, and each one of them are something that I need to release. I need to be released from me. Now, it could be responsibilities at work. It could actually be toxic people in your life. It can be just in the moment things to let go, so you can be in the present as like, you know, the phone won't stop ringing, or, you know, all the needs of people have around you, and, you know, your responsibilities. It doesn't mean it's a permanent cut. For some things, it's just for that moment, right? So you have to figure what that is for you. Oftentimes, if I'm very stressed out, like, because it's a high stressful, well, my job isn't stressful, but it's just, there's a people with a lot of real life things going on, that are going on in their life. And so it can be overwhelming sometimes, especially even though no one's special. We're all empaths in a sense. So, but anyway, especially for someone like me. And so you can do like temporary cord cuttings, right? And so I also visualize the long-term ones of pain, anger. But I imagine my sword cutting each one of them. And I inhale as my sword goes up. I got inhale again. I ain't got much breath here because I'm still sick. No, I'm not. I'm ascending. I'm purging. Anyway, so as my sword goes up to the divine, or whatever, you could do your own visualization. I imagine it slaying that red ribbon of what's holding me down at that moment, whether it's stress, anxiety. I actually visualize people too, just cutting, like literally cutting them in half, cutting them off. You know, I'm not saying, well, sometimes I've done it to cut their heads off, not in a violent way, but for me, some of these people who won't leave me alone, I have to, you know, I gotta, you know, they're pulling on my energies. I literally gotta cut the head of the snake off, right? And so I visualize, and then when I exhale is when I cut the cord. And I imagine it going back into the earth, to the sky, because Mother Earth makes everything great again, wishing it love. But I do this throughout my day. And then at night, before I go to bed, or in the morning, or whatever it is, you can do a quick visualization in the moment. If you're really stressed at work or you're in a stressful situation, you can do this amazing visualization. Another thing that I do when I'm out in the woods, because it's my favorite thing to do, especially now that it's fall, that's why I love the fall, is that as I'm watching, of course, everything is so still now, so it's not going to be a good visualization, but, oh, there's one little leaf falling. So, just now when I was sitting in that tree, as each leaf fell, I imagined something written on it that I needed to let go. Self-doubt, worry, certain fears. Be very specific. And there's some kids. And so as the leaves are falling, you can visually, if it's hard for you to do the visualization in your head, you are a hands-on type of person. We all learn differently. There's different things that are effective for different people. So you have to make it yours, right? What works for me may not work for you. And so as I'm watching the leaves beautifully fall, as I see the leaf, I'm like, expectations of me are being released. Fears of what, was holding me back is what is being released. Now we got to go into this tree because he broke, unfortunately. All right, so maybe cross through. Thank you, Spirit. Ow. 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 I'm hoping we see George. So those are just some suggestions. That was 5:55 on a timestamp. Of things that may be helpful to you in the moment, especially like imagine yourself as a warrior or a warrioress or whatever, a high priest, a high priestess, and your highest, strongest self cutting the things that no longer serve you. It's an amazing visualization. And like I said, you can do it within 1 to 5 minutes on your break at work if you're getting so overwhelmed or things just feel like they're piling up, and you need to release some stuff. Let me show you what I'm looking on this side. It can be used then. And like I said, and then if that doesn't work, when you're outside, take a nice little walk as you see the leaves falling. You can imagine and visualize, what's it feel like? What's it taste like? What's it sound like? To release the things that no longer serve you. These methods, amongst other ones, because I try a bunch of different things, because they don't always work every time, right? And it's easier said than done. But we have to visualize what we want in order for it to come into fruition sometimes. Well, oftentimes, all the time. And so visualize what it tastes like, what it smells like, what it feels like. What does it feel to have all of that released from you? Again, even if it's only, want to go over here? Okay. Even if it's just temporary responsibilities, so you can focus on the task at hand. Or it may be more long-term stuff that you need to let go of. So those are just some suggestions. Well, since we have the sun, you can also use the stones that you find or the shells that you... Anyway, so in the wintertime, I did videos about using snowballs to release too, right? Like as we were compacting the snowball, envisioning what you need to let go of, or you could also write something and put it in a piece of paper that you want to throw away or let go of. You can also use it to manifest intentions, everything. You can also use stones. I'm just giving you some suggestions that may be helpful. Sometimes we need to physically do stuff. So when we look at one of our stones, imagine what your self-doubt and your abilities look like. What does these attachments look like, right? And envision it in the stone. Even if you have to write on the stone, maybe you could write on the stone, right? And then you throw it. I guess I should have tried to skip it, right? We got another stone here. Okay. I'm not telling... Oh, shit. Would you ever have guessed I played fast pitch softball? Probably not. But I did. I was a pitcher, actually. Well, you're not going to believe this. My ring came off. Shit! I just got that ring from the TikTok shop. Son of a bitch. Well, good thing I'm used to letting go of shit that I don't attach to anything. I'm really disappointed because it was a heart ring. It was a heart ring of 2 hands shaped like a heart. Well, guess it wasn't meant for me to have that fucking ring. Damn it. Well, I'll get over it. It's a present for somebody else. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you're healthy and happy. Enjoy. May you love and be loved. Heal. Don't harm. Have a great... It was funny because this morning I was like, I need to figure out another finger or stretch it out or tighten it or something because it being on my pinky finger. Kiss the pinky finger. It's going to slide off. Well, it did. And so in the video, I'm like, oh, well, I'll just let it go. What's meant for me is already mine. I'm not worried about it. And so I'm walking away to leave. Look, I haven't even surprised at if you're so easily able to let go of things that no longer serve you, Spirit usually brings them back into you, but usually, excuse my nails, I'm not getting them done until after I move, but usually Spirit will bring them back better